Okay, we're at exercise 28. And number 5, computers, equipment. Number 6, problems, homework. Number 7, vocabulary, definitions. Number 8, this information. And number 9, advice. And number 10, progress. Okay, that's exercise 28 from your homework. Any questions about exercise 28?
No.
I have a question.
I have. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. I
Go ahead,
have
too.
some new vocabulary. Why we cannot use that the plural?
Which number?
Number 7.
7.
The vocabulary.
Okay, so vocabulary as a noun is always going to be singular. It's a non-count noun.
Oh.
He learned some vocabulary today. But if you use vocabulary with word, then vocabulary becomes an adjective, and you can say vocabulary words. So, for example, I can say, I learned some vocabulary words today. Okay, in that case, words is the noun. But vocabulary as a noun has to be singular.
Yes.
Right? Does that make sense too?
Because sometimes I saw the vocabulary with the plural.
Uh-oh. If you see it somewhere and you can get a screenshot of it or
Okay.
record it or something, then I would like to see that.
Okay. Thank you.
Because I have not seen that with an IES.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Yes.
So always is going to be singular.
Yes, if it's a noun, yes.
She, for example, she learned several vocabulary. That's it.
No, you cannot use several because several goes with plural count nouns.
Oh.
So you cannot use vocabulary with it. You would have to say several vocabulary words.
Oh.
And you
Is
would
that-
use words as your
And-
plural count.
Yes, and vocabulary is going to be an adjective.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, who else had a question?
Me. I have 2 questions. Okay, in number 8, how do I know when to use these or these?
Oh, I love my Spanish speakers with this and these. Forever confusing, right?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so here's what we need to do. Right away, we need to recognize the pronunciation. Okay, so I'm going to type something up here real quick. So the first one I put on the screen is singular, this. Can everybody say this?
This.
This person.
This.
This class.
This.
Yes.
This book.
Yes, good.
This.
This.
Okay, this. You got to give it a
This, and
this.
this.
Okay? So it's an I, but we don't say it like the Spanish I. You say it like an I. Okay? Now, the second one on your screen is these.
These.
Everybody say these.
These.
This.
Okay, these is spelled with an E, but we do not say eh. We have to say it E. Okay? Just like he, she, these.
These.
This.
Yeah.
Good.
And that
We
is
This
got
going
it.
to
and this.
We got it. We
plural.
got it.
These people. These people.
These people.
Okay. And
This furniture, right?
this person. That's one.
This person.
Yeah. So you could practice that. This was singular. So this person, these people. Okay, so number 8, Toronto. Okay, we're talking about the fact or the information. It doesn't say what is the answer for. Let me see. Oh yeah, this information. So
Information.
we're using this because information is singular.
Okay. This information.
Good. And what's your other question?
In advice number 9. Is advice just a singular word?
Yes, it's only singular because it's non-count.
Okay, so I cannot say advice.
Right. You cannot say advices.
Okay.
So I got some advice from her. So we cannot put an S on advice.
But use some.
Yeah, some, a lot of, but not several or a few.
Okay.
Okay? It has to be
Thank
only the quantifiers that go with non-count nouns because advice is non-count. Okay, and a lot of these guys, it's just
If
about repetition and memorization, just knowing how to use these. Yes, Walter?
if I use advice with numbers,
Okay, good question. So how do we count advice? How do we make it countable? Well, we're going to have to add one of the count nouns.
like
So the one
like
that we use is piece. So I know it sounds funny, but I got 3 pieces of advice. I know
okay,
it's funny, but that's how we say it.
I got three
Pieces.
pieces of
Yeah.
advice from her.
It's just like information, pieces of information.
Okay.
If you want to count information, you have to use pieces.
If I only say I got 3 advice,
Nope,
no.
because you can't use a number with a non-count, like 3 advice, 3 information, 3 rice. We can't use a number because a number is also a quantifier, right? It tells you how many. So we
So
can't use that.
okay, so okay.
Okay, you guys are asking lots of good questions here. I like this. Anything else before we go to the next page?
No. Mm.
Okay, so I'm moving to the next page and we're going to look at the bottom left-hand side of the screen for exercise 35. Exercise 35, page 111. So let me go over the answers and then Walter, I know you have questions, so you can ask me. So let's start with number 1. So number 1, we have Sam bought a lot of, and we can,
Stamps.
yeah, stamps, rice, stuff, things. So right away, you can see stamps and things are count nouns because when we say a lot of, then we can make these plural, and we need to make them plural, like a lot of people, okay? But rice and stuff are non-count. If it's non-count, then we cannot make it plural. All right, number 3, money, advice, time, and then nothing with minute. It's not possible. You cannot say a little minute. Okay. Number 4, starting with the top with bread, it's going to be nothings. And then loaves of bread, and then nothing, and then jars of honey. Okay. Any questions on these 4?
Yes, love. Do I have to change it to plural?
No, because oh, wait, yeah, sorry. I was looking in the book. It's singular. Yeah, loaves.
Loaves.
And
Loaves
if you
with
can zoom in,
B-E-S,
yeah,
right?
I don't know if you can zoom in and see the spelling, but yes, it's Loaves. And then jars of honey is the last one. Okay. Any questions on 2 through 4? Okay, let me continue then. Next page, number 5, novels, nothing, poems, nothing.
I have a question with
Yeah,
poem and poetry.
poem? You said poem and poetry?
Yes.
Okay, what's your question?
So poem, it is individual,
Yes.
and poetry is talking about like a book of poems or
Okay, poetry is talking about what we would call the genre. I don't know if you've heard of this word genre. It's like I think that's a French word. It's like the subject or the whole field of that. So, for example, if I say I like poetry, that means I like all types of poetry. So,
okay.
different writers, different styles. It's just talking about in general. And that one is considered a non-count noun. But if you want to talk about one author and what they wrote, that would be a poem.
Okay, so it is like say literature.
Literature. Yes,
Okay.
right, exactly. Poetry, literature, yeah, those are non-count.
Literature.
There's a lot of noise over there, Paula.
Oh, sorry.
She's working and studying at the same time.
Yeah. Looks like she's doing a lot of, I don't know, maybe somebody else in the background is. Okay, guys, let's continue. Number 6, orange juice, light bulbs, hardware, computer software. And number 7, sleep, information, facts, help. Number 8, women, movies, scenes, and nothing. Yes, Mari, question?
Yes, so I can write scenery in plural, like sceneries. I
Yeah, no, we
yes.
can't say sceneries. No, it's a non-count noun. Okay, good question.
So I saw both scenery.
No, it's not possible.
That's not possible.
You can say I saw, or we probably won't say I saw. you could say the scenery was beautiful,
The scenery.
but you can't say like both is a quantifier that goes, it means like two. So we cannot quantify a non-count noun. So you're going to put nothing in that blank.
So only women and movies
And scenes.
and scenes.
Yes, scenes. Yes, you can count those.
And I'm sorry if I go back, number 7, we can use all of it, all of them.
Yes.
So fact is a count noun.
Yes, it's a count noun.
I can count facts.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can say, how many facts are on this page? That means how many things are true.
So how many helps do I receive?
No.
No.
Actually, if you look back at this chart on page 110 and you look for plenty of at the bottom of the chart, you'll see that plenty of goes with count and non-count.
Non-count.
And the word help is a non-count noun.
So, but I can use it here. We need plenty of help.
Yes, because help is non-count and it can go with the quantifier, plenty of. So plenty of goes with both kinds of nouns.
So sleep. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Good question. Okay, are we ready to continue? You could raise your hand if you still need to ask a question. But number 9, shirts, nothing, pens, nothing.
Chalk is
Chalk
right.
is non-count.
Non-count.
So we're not going to use that with a number of, because a number of only goes with plural count nouns.
So you don't say I have 3 chalks for my.
Nope.
Always
Nope.
singular. Wow.
We have to say 3 pieces of chalk.
3 pieces.
Or you can just say, can you give me some chalk? Okay. Number 10, patience, wealth, nothing, nothing. Number 11, ideas, theories, hypotheses, nothing. And then number 12, nothing, salt, equipment, nothing. Yes, Mari?
Nothing with 2?
Number 11,
Yes, number 11,
hypothesis. So with E is one, and with E is plural. With I
Okay,
is one. E.
yes, with an I, the letter I,
No
we
Spanish.
say hypothesis, and that's singular. With the letter E, we say hypotheses, and that one is plural.
Okay.
And just so you can find that on the reference, I think maybe you missed this class. This was our very first class, Marty. Page 95. Page 95 at the bottom of the chart. Look over there, you'll see the hypothesis, hypotheses. Okay. And Walter, I want you to circle the quantifier in number 12. Walter, what is the quantifier in number 12?
Number 12. On equipment.
No, that's a noun. What is the quantifier?
Oh,
Much.
2.
Much.
2.
Much. Much.
Much.
Circle much, okay? Go back to page 110 in that chart, because that's really the chart you need to use to do this section of the homework. And do you see much over there
Yes.
in the middle? Okay, much goes with non-count nouns.
Okay.
Tool is a count noun, so we cannot use tool with much. We would have to say too many tools. That would be the correct way.
Yes, got it.
Good job too. Walter, do you get it
Yes,
now?
I get it.
Okay. I know this is a lot of work, guys.
Oh, confused.
Little now.
No, it's clear.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. That was a tough exercise, and I gave it to you on purpose because this is your last level of grammar, guys. After this, there's no more. So I really want to challenge you with these tough exercises.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on. We still have 2 more to go. So exercise 39, page 114. Few and little. Okay, so number 2 and exercise 39. Number 2, few. And then 2B will be a little and a few. So it should be I'm having a few problems, and then
That
wait,
one's the A. The first one, yeah.
what happened to
No, you started with the number 2.
yeah, they didn't give you the answer here on my answer key. Well, my goodness. Let me just write it in here then.
And we had to do the number 1 too because
Yeah.
there are one blank and it has a V.
Okay, so let me give you the answers to number 1 because they did not put it here in the answer key. So number 1, do you have a few minutes? I need a little help. I'm having
A few.
a few problems. Yeah. So number 1, the first answer on your page should be a few problems.
Yes.
And then the person says, sure, now is good. I have
Few times.
A little.
a little because time is non-count. So we need to switch over to use a little, and it's positive, right? It's like, hey, I can help you. I have a little time. So those are the answers to number 1 of exercise 38. A few and then a little. Okay, now back to number 2, you should have few. It says he has few friends. And then you put a little and a few in part B. Give it a little time in a few months. Okay, is any questions on those, number 1 or number 2?
No.
Okay, let's keep going. Number 3, little. And then 3B, a few, little. All right, and number 4, I'll just go through. It's A, B, A, B, A, B. So a little, and then little, and then a little, a little, a little, little. You got those, Walter?
Very good.
Good. All right, guys, we got one more to check.
One more number.
Let's look at exercise 43. Exercise 43, and I'll read out the answers to you here. Number 1, child. Number 2, children. Number 3, goalie. Number 4, players. Number 5, players. Number 6, child. Number 7, children. Number 8, parent. And number 9, parents. If you got some of these wrong, what I want you to do is look for the of the, of my, of your. When you see the of, that means you need to make the noun plural. All right, let me know if you have a question. Otherwise, we're going to move on. Okay, well that was long and boring. Everybody's quiet now, so we need to get the energy back here. Let's have a little discussion about a couple of sentences. I'm going to write some sentences on the board, and you guys are going to talk about each one. Are they correct or not, and why? So give me a moment to write these. Anybody have questions or comments while I'm writing?
No, we're okay.
You speak for everybody, right?
Yeah.
President Diario, I guess we should call him.
How do you call
Oh,
when
Jimenez.
it's
Sorry, Jimenez is your real last name. Wait, what's your question?
when it's a student election?
Yeah.
Vote for me.
Okay, we will. Are you actually running for the position? Are you a candidate or
No,
not?
You
no,
are
not yet.
firstly a powerhouse.
What?
You are
What to?
firstly. Okay.
Wait, two. What did you say?
Yes, he is a first lady of our
No,
class.
not the first lady. He's not a woman. The
I-
first gentleman.
Hey, come on, too.
You kiss him. Yes, I know that.
You're a first lady.
Yeah, you are first lady.
I'm frustrated.
Yes, first lady of the CCC House representative.
I need to talk to you two about lady. You can't say lady.
I know, but I want to teach him. I don't want to say real because we are
Oh,
lady. Yeah, we are lady. So he is
okay.
our first
Can
lady.
you
Now he not
Okay.
anymore. He become a
That's part of the
lady.
joke. So now you're a first lady and you have white hairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He's really just picking on you today.
I'm first lady. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What can I say? Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all talk together. Don't forget about Paola and Mari, okay?
Yes.
Let's everybody, I want everybody to give your comments out loud about these 3 sentences. I'm giving you some new material here, but we're still talking about quantifiers. So I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes or 5 minutes to talk about these 3 sentences. Are these correct? And if they're not, why? What's wrong? Okay? Go ahead.
There's ooh. It's very noisy. Oh my goodness. Are you killing someone? Please mute your microphone. Not a friend.
So
Or none of my friends.
I think most of the most of people
None of friends.
I think the second one could be plural. Friends, some friends.
I don't know. This is okay. Some maybe some of you. Some one of these people.
Oh, so we have a disagreement about number 2. Some people, someone thinks no S and some think yes, we need the S.
Okay, to me, the first one is non-friend of mine met me at the zoo this week, and some friends from my hometown came to the US zoo. To me, that is correct.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the people in my hometown have visited. Most people in my hometown. No, I disagree with that. I we need the most of the people. Some of friends. So do I have to write it, Hannah?
You don't have to. We're
Okay.
just kind of talking about it. Trying to see if you guys all agree or if there's some disagreement.
Oh, we need to discuss it.
Yeah. With number 3,
Oh,
I
who
agree
is
with most people.
Uh-huh.
most
I
people?
think it's most people.
Most
Most
people
people.
in my hometown have visited the US before.
And the second, I think, is correct one. Friends.
Ah,
Some friends.
No, all.
Some of my friends from no, some friends from my home. Wow, wow,
Paula,
or
that's
some friends from my
unbelievable. That's
hometown.
Paula's getting ready to
unbelievable.
open her restaurant or something over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear
Where
pans
where
clanking.
where are you taking the class?
Oh, me? They're just
Yeah.
my sister in the kitchen.
Oh, so you're taking the class in the kitchen.
Not in the table. I live in a apartment, so it's small.
Yeah, I
Okay.
totally get it. I'm not even worried about that. It's just we all know it's going to happen because we're all at our houses.
Yes.
Last last semester, my
Look.
kids were yelling in the hallway, and it was
So
really
look,
bad.
I can see my toilet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You can go ahead and mute your microphone unless you want to say something. And I'm
Okay.
going to talk about these. Some of you were correct, some of you were not. And so we'll look at why, and then I'll show you in the book what we need to do. So, number one, there is a mistake with this one. With none, we need to use of. Okay, now after of, you can put the or another, what we call, the word is called a demonstrative, like these or this. or you can use a possessive word like my. So let me just write in my own, I'll use orange, okay? So none of my friends is good, and one person put that. We cannot say none of friends. We have to use of with another word. And the word, like I said, can either be an article like the, or it can be a word like these or this, or it can be a possessive, my, your. So none of my friends, none of the people, none of these people. Okay, all of those would be okay. So remember that we've got to have two of these words here before we put the noun. Okay, so now that one is correct. Number two, some friends. Some friends is actually okay. So it was correct how it was. We cannot say some of friends because we have to use another word after of, like some of my friends, some of the friends. It's kind of like in number one. And let me see if I can, I don't know if this one, I can't take off that little red mark there, but we need to have the S. So I'm going to put this S back in here, okay? So some friends from my hometown came to the United States too. Yes, you can say some friends. You can also say some of my friends, some of her friends, some of those people. And then, so both of those are correct, okay? On number two, we have a couple of different possibilities. And number three, somebody corrected this one in the right way. We cannot just keep of by itself. We have to have of the people, of these people. We have to have, again, we have to have two words, of and another word, before we put the plural noun. Or we can just leave of out. So we can say most people or most of the people. It doesn't really change the meaning in this case. So again, we're using of with another word, or we're just taking out of and the word. So this is correct. Most people in my hometown have visited the United States before, or most of the people. Okay, so hopefully I answered your questions that you had about these. Does anybody still have questions? Okay, Walter?
Yes, I have one with the first sentence. And so, none friend of mine or none of my friends met with me or met me.
Okay, wait. So let's take it one step at a time. Are you saying none friends of mine?
Yes, none friends or none of my friends. Let's follow.
Okay. Um,
And ons, oh no. I was thinking in not soon, zoo.
Zoom?
Yes, because I thought that the proposition was wrong, but no, I was wrong.
Yeah, because we meet on Zoom.
We
Meet in
meet,
Zoom?
yeah, we see each
Zoom.
other one another. I was thinking zoo.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. If it
yeah.
was Zoom, then we would not capitalize it.
Oh, and
We would say met with me at a
and
zoo because
zoo.
that's a place.
Yeah,
When it's a computer, we usually use on the computer, on Zoom.
on TV.
So none friends of mine, we cannot use of mine. Because of mine is like saying of my friends. The mine is a noun that replaces a full possessive. Like if I want to say my books, like I could say my books are on the table, or I can say mine are on the table. So mine replaces my books. And if you use mine in this sentence, it's replacing my friends. So it sounds funny to say none my friends of my friends, you know? Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes.
It's like it's too much.
None of my friends, but
Or none friends of my friends.
not on non-friends. So I can say non-friends. No,
No, we can't say none friends.
none of my friends met. With is confusing for me. Met me or
To
met
meet with
with
a
me.
person. Okay, when I'm using met with or meet with a person, that's saying that you guys got together and talked. It does not mean, hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Okay. So, for example, Walter, I met you last semester. That means, hey, what's your name? Nice to meet you. If I say, let's meet online after class, or I met with the students after class, that's talking about we got together to talk.
So you
It's
don't,
like,
my,
yeah.
yes, but my question is with, you don't say I met with you last semester?
Not if you're talking about the hi, nice to meet you, like the first time you meet. Yeah, you're not going to use met with. But you can use met with if you're talking about have a meeting, have a get together, where we decide
Something
on
is
the time
gonna
and the place.
happen. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I got it now.
Okay, and this is what I want to point out too. None is a little different from some and most, okay? Because none, we cannot say none people, none friends, but we can say some people, some friends, most people, most friends. Or, we can use some and most in various ways, but none is a little more restricted. And I don't know why, it's just kind of the way it is. Let me show you in your book, and maybe this will make more sense to you. So look at page 117. This is our last chart in this book. Yay, right? We're done. We are done. So look at this chart. It's all about using of in the expressions of quantity. Page 117. Okay, so look at the first three examples. These are examples that always include of, okay? So a number of and none of.
And
If you're using it as a quantifier, okay? There's another way to use none where none can be a noun, but that's not what this is talking about. This is talking about to show like none would be zero. So this is a quantifier. So we could say a number of people. That just means the same as some. A number of the people, a number of my friends. So it's okay with this one to use an article like the, or you can use possessive, those types of words. But with none, we're we have to use of. None of my friends, none of the people in our class are from Africa. So that's why it's in this category. We have to use of after these quantifiers. Now, the next category is a little different, okay? Look what it says on the right side of the box. In the following expressions, of is optional. And you can see that some and most are there. Remember my examples that I had on the screen? I showed how we can use some with of and some with not without of. So some of the people and some people. Most of my friends and most friends. Most friends of mine. Yeah, actually you can say most friends of mine,
Most friends of
but
mine.
you cannot say none friends of mine.
None friends.
You would have to say no friends of
No,
mine.
knowing with none.
Yeah, basically none is restrictive.
None.
They cannot do a lot of things.
None is a
Okay.
bad word.
No. No, there's no bad words in English.
Okay, I know. That's good.
I'm just kidding. Okay, I want to show you look at F, G, and H in the box. Notice that they put the dark letters, the, those, and my, okay? The reason they're showing you these is because if you're going to use of, you need to have one of these kinds of words. So we cannot say most of movies. We cannot say one of movies. We cannot say many of movies, okay? So they're trying to show you why these are important. These words are important to go after of. Now, how do you know which words can go here? Look at the bottom of the chart. Do you see the 3 dots? It says when of is used with these expressions, the noun must be modified by, or in other words, that means you have to put one of these kinds of words before the noun. You have to put an article like a, an, or the. Or you have to put a demonstrative. That's like these, those, this. And then you need to put, or you need to put a possessive. My, your, his, her.
So, page 117, right?
Yes. Do you see the 3 dots in the chart
No.
on the
Yes,
right side, kind of on the bottom?
yes.
3 dots. No,
Oh, I
no.
wish we were in the classroom. I would just point to your book and show you.
Yes, yeah. See me.
Can you read it again?
Okay.
All at the
Okay.
bottom, I have a little star. All is an exception.
Oh,
Even no.
yes. That's
No, it's
what.
above that. It's inside the chart, but it's on the right side. There's 3 dots, and it says an
Oh yes.
article.
Sorry, I got it.
Winter, come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and my screen has just frozen. This happened to me yesterday in class too, so I can't click on anything, but you guys can still hear me. So, does anybody have questions about this chart or something that I said?
No,
No. Page several.
just have to study.
Yeah, you just kind of have to study and practice and make a lot of mistakes and then look at why and how to make them correct. So here's what I want to do. We still have about 5 minutes. I want us to work with some of the words on this chart and try to make some sentences or questions. Now
Okay.
my screen is still frozen, so I cannot go to the whiteboard. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to use um, of these or of the or most with no of. And I want you to make a question or a sentence. So you can use either of these, of the, or most with no of after it. So basically, I just want you to practice a little bit using of and some quantifiers on this page. So can you guys write some sentences or some questions on a piece of paper?
Teacher, can I say là most Asian people? Can I say that?
Yes, most Asian people. That's good. You can also say most of the Asian people in my city or in my, I don't know, something, and then finish the sentence, right? Okay, so I'll give you guys a couple minutes. Anybody else have an idea? Sentence or a question?
Can I say one of these classes is very difficult?
Yes, good. Yay, I have my screen back again. Okay, so now I can write what you said. Good. So you can say one of these classes is very difficult. Good. Notice, again, this is review, but notice one is the subject. And that's why is conjugated in the singular form. Classes is not the subject. Okay, so Mari, I have a question for you. Can we make a sentence with one but not use of? Can we still talk about the classes but not use of?
One class, one class is very difficult.
Yeah, that's right. So either one of these classes or one class. So the meaning is the same, has the same meaning, but it's just different ways to write it. Okay, good. Good job, Mari. Anybody else have a sentence or a question to give as an example?
Okay. Most of her employees were fired.
Good. Most
Good.
of her employees were fired. That's correct.
Fire.
Okay, who else? Paula, do you have an example? Or does your sister have an example in the kitchen? Maybe she can help.
Um, some Caribbean people doesn't like go to the river.
Okay, and I know this is hard because we're trying to think without writing and reading. You said some of the Caribbean people, and then what did you say?
Doesn't like go to the river.
Doesn't like go to the river. And I think I spelled Caribbean correct. Has two B's. And by the way, you can say Caribbean or Caribbean. Both ways are pronounced. I mean, we say it both ways in the United States, Caribbean or Caribbean. So some of the Caribbean people doesn't like go to the river. Okay, class, what do you think?
Some of the Caribbean people doesn't like. Don't like.
Yeah. So for this one, we have a plural subject, so we have to use the correct verb conjugation. And what kind of verb comes after like? Is it just base form?
Like you.
Like go, like take, like eat?
Like to go, I like going to.
All
Like
right.
go.
Can I use both? I can
Yes,
use
you can
both
say don't like going to the river or don't like to go to
to
the river.
go.
Both are correct. Okay, so Paula, you did really good with the first part of the sentence using the quantifier, but don't forget about correct verb forms throughout the sentence. So good
Okay.
job, Paula.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else have an example that they want to give?
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, have you spent most of the time playing video games?
Okay.
Most of the time.
And then when we say the time, usually when we use the, we're talking about something that we already mentioned. So let's say we're talking about our winter break. What did you guys do over the winter break? Did you spend most of the time playing
No,
video
with
games?
no perfect present. No.
You said, have you spent most of the time? Well, you can use it, but you have to give meaning to the time. Like what time are you talking about? Like the time they're in the United States or
No,
from Monday
maybe a situation. For example, a boy has chores to do in the morning,
to
and for
That's
example, he had to study, but he's playing video games all the mornings.
Okay. Yes. Right.
That's
Yeah, so
correct.
that's the context. That would be correct. So he's supposed to be doing chores first, and then later in the day, the parents can ask, "Hey, have you spent most of the time?" Or you can even say most of your time playing video games. Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
okay.
Anything else, guys, before we give the homework? Any other ideas?
No.
Okay, so I will just type the homework up here so you guys will have it. Does anybody have questions on how to do the Go React video?
We go to lesson and click there, right?
Um, yes, Walter, it's going to be there in the lesson folder, yes. And you recorded the same type of videos last semester. So do you remember how to do it?
Yes.
Okay. What about my new students, Marty and Paula? Do you guys have questions about how to do the lab assignment or video or test?
No.
No, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay, good job about that then. So those are your main assignments. Those are due by tomorrow at midnight. So tomorrow night, the
Lab
video, the
and
lab, and the
test.
test. Yes. Okay, and then I have just one exercise in the book. Exercise 51, page 120.
Uh, can you say it again?
Yes, it's exercise 51 on page 120. And I'm going to show you the answers in this video before I stop recording. And I will post this video later tonight or tomorrow. And so over the weekend, as you're studying, if you want to do exercise 51 and then come back and you can check your answers in the very end of this video. And of course, you can always email me this weekend if you have specific questions about any of the exercises, and also about the lab assignments. If you got some answers wrong in your lab and you want to ask me, go ahead and do that. I'll try to answer your questions before you take the test online. Okay, everybody got that?
Yes.
Oops, this is the wrong page. So I'm going to show you the answers to the exercise 51, and then we'll be done. It's just up here on the screen before I stop recording. Is this it? Whoa, it's huge.
So look.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think it was going to show up like this. Okay, I can zoom out on my screen. Can y'all see all of the yellow answers, 1 through 12?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the answers to the homework that I'm giving you today. And you can come back and pause this in the video and check your answers if you want to. So that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me today in class, and thanks
Of
for
course.
participating. You guys are doing great.
We are great.
Thank you. See you next class.
Okay, I'll see you in next class. Everybody
Uh,
check your hair for any white hairs, and we'll report back to 2
Okay.
next week.
okay. Have a wonderful weekend, Hannah, and everyone.
Yes, bye.
Yeah, you